Join the Wheeling Miners on Saturday, June 8th, as they take on the Maryland Eagles. Celebrate all coal miners for Coal Miner Appreciation Night, presented by the Tunnel Ridge Mine. All coal miners and coal mine employees receive 50% off any ticket by stopping at the West Banco Arena box office. To get your tickets online, head over to GoWVMiners.com.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Through the Wire with Coach Rez on another Victory O-Hum Wednesday. To my left are the partners in crime, Jeff and Coach Rez, who is currently on his phone, probably either recruiting or ordering some 25 medium hot wings from last week.
Both.
Yeah, I say a little bit of both.
So victory, 7-0.
Yeah.
Big game this week. Military Appreciation was this past weekend. How was the atmosphere? How was the crowd? And describe what you thought as a coach from the fan perspective of how your organization put forth the Military Appreciation First Responder Night.
Yeah, we had a little bit more fans than our second home game. First was good. Second was better. Third was Mother's Day. That was kind of a little low. You know, we got crushed on that a little bit, but it was Mother's Day and on the Sunday. So, I mean, you know, overall, it's do what we can. Then we went bye week and then on the road and home, right? So it was a great crowd. It was our biggest so far. Very good day in merch. Merch sale for us. That kind of is the indicator for us on where we're at in our fan base, because our first game dropped. We're pretty decent. Second game, we had a little bit more, few more seats than the first game, and we sold more merch. Less seats on Mother's Day game, but we did pretty much the same ratio of merch to that game attendance number. So we did gross. We did 7,600 in merch sales this past Saturday, which was pretty awesome. We were pretty excited about that. So, which equated to a few more sales and ticket sales for us. So you kind of get that gauge. Once you get a pattern down, then you can kind of feel where you're at, know where you're at. Good game for National Guard, West Virginia National Guard. Army National Guard was one of our main sponsors of the game, so that was pretty cool. You saw our military jersey it was the Army National Guard jersey, which was pretty sweet. The guys liked it. Just overall, you know, it was a good time. It was a good crowd. They were into it. Of course, our Mine Line again is rocking. They performed at halftime, so there's always good to see them. They're having fun with that. So it was exciting. You know, so Michelle and Stacy and them from Carolina came up, Cobras fans. So their family came up to check the game out. It was pretty cool. They were like, "Dang, this is so awesome!" You know, and it's cool, and it's cool to have support from fans from a previous team. But we're always this, once a Cobra, always a Cobra, and I'll always support the fans there. And matter of fact, I just been going back and forth with Coach McGrone on social media about some stuff with their game, and like he pulled back his play calling duties and passed it on to one of his assistant coaches on offense. And I'm like, the hell you do that for? Now you got two rookie dudes calling plays for you on offense and defense. Well, he played in arena football. Yeah, 1993, and it's not even arena football. This is indoor rules. That's part of your problem right now. Like, you guys aren't adjusting accordingly. It's just crazy to me, man. And you're trying to win. Like, you got to win. Mm-hmm. And then I even pulled the owner card on him. I said, "Well, as your owner, that was a dumb move, but you're the coach, so I hope it works out for you." And then I said to him, "I hope for you that you're not the first Cobras head coach to not make the postseason." So, because technically, since there's no playoffs, if they don't make the championship game, they miss the postseason. So. It's not all the other coaches' fault that's been through there that you didn't have a playoff system set up and you're going to the championship. And it's when you're in. You would have won last week. You're in. Now you got to battle, and now you're playing in a tough venue. That place is going to be rocking because they want to make sure they secure. I think they're already going to lock in the championship game hosting anyway. But you think they want to lose right before going to the championship game? Absolutely not.
They got a streak to hold.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. You can even talk about, I bet you the streak is even longer for them winning at home versus their 2 years of being undefeated right now.
Yeah, I think it's 2021 is the last time they lost at home. Yeah, it's tough to go into Waterhouse and get a win. Yeah, Carolina, their backs up against the wall. They had a great opportunity this past weekend to clinch a spot in the game. Now they still control their own destiny, but somewhat at the same time they don't, because if they stumble, Sioux City goes in, or Sioux City goes in because they got a better winning percentage. But
they even mentioned, someone mentioned, I think it was Mello, used to be assistant coach with the Cobras, said that a comparable team in Sioux City almost beat Omaha. It was someone that Carolina beat. Well, wasn't the same Sioux City team that Carolina beat, because Verlin Reed went there. No. So they got a dose of Verlin Reed, last week. And I didn't even see the game or highlights or stats, but I'm pretty sure Verlin Reed probably threw at least 3 or 4 touchdowns and ran 2 or 3, somewhere around those numbers. I mean, that's usually what he does every game. So
it by far the best performance for Sioux City this year.
Yeah, but it's a quarterback. How many times have you heard it's a quarterback game?
Yeah.
Right. And he changed. Yeah. He changed. I mean, their quarterback, from what I can gather, wasn't terrible, but he wasn't Verlin Reed. So that was a hell of a pickup for them. They're playing to win. They're not giving up play calling duties.
Yeah, and in the NAL season ends next year with the championship game. Next week with the championship game. So be one less league to follow / cover. The IFL is going strong. Green Bay is pulling away with the East. Who ever thought the Green Bay Blizzards would pull away from the East? Albany is by far the best team in the AFL. No one else can touch them. I think they won't lose a game this year because they're far superior than every other team in that league. That's and here in our league, we're dominating everyone in our league, and we got one more game at home. I guarantee I could predict another dominating win. So I don't want to talk about my team down here.
Yeah, you're good.
I thought you were talking about your team.
No.
Was going to lead to like a joke from that,
right?
So I was careful on what I said.
So it's okay. The weight in my right hand is pretty heavy with the 4 rings that are on there, but I'm good.
So real quick here, Jim. You talked about one more game, last game of the season. If the Miners can complete this, they'll be the only 3rd team to call West Banco home. There's been 13 seasons played at West Banco. Okay. Out of those 13 seasons, there's only been 2 teams go undefeated. 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. That's it. Wheeling trying to add a 3rd to that list. So history in the making.
That'd be good, but I also have another question. Another team plays in that venue. You guys have a winning record guaranteed. I think this year was the first year that the Nailers had a winning season in how many years? They struggled for almost like 5-6 years.
Yeah, they missed the playoffs last season, but the season before they made the playoffs. So
that's when everyone made the playoffs. So that's when the league was coming back into force. Again, you got the Greyhounds, you got the Rough Riders, you got y'all.
Yep.
These 3 franchises that have had winning traditions in Wheeling.
Yep.
It's just the leagues that they were connected to either mismanaged the operation of the league, or the teams just financially couldn't support what they're doing, or you had owners that don't know what they were doing and thought their crap didn't stink. But you guys, 8-0, crowd popping, great broadcast again. Jeff finally had his Tony Romo segment. I saw that. That was awesome. He goes, "Watch, I don't know, watch him go deep here." Called it, deep pass, touchdown. I wish you sent me that link, didn't you? That highlight video. I forgot to put it up here. It's like,
I sent it to you. Yep. Right on cue. He dropped back, and I said, "Chris, he's going deep," and I just right down it went.
That's your cue. That's your cue to play the old one that you've been playing.
I actually got rid of that one, honestly, because there's just so much more new highlights. Coach, we have a question about the off-season stuff, about two leagues merging, and I want you discuss how hard it is for leagues to merge, especially in the indoor community.
Yeah, I'll let Jeff answer that first because I already answered his question offline. But I'll answer it again here. But I'll let Jeff go so I don't give him any hints.
So merging of leagues is kind of hard because I kind of elate arena indoor football to travel ball. Like I feel like you have those travel leagues that, okay, everybody's good with it. And then all of a sudden I don't like it anymore. I'm going to go make my own. So you're always going to have that, unfortunately. And you got to get enough people in a room together to cooperate, and, rules have to change, things like that. I mean, that league doesn't have nets. The NAL does. I mean, that's going to be a cost for those teams. So, I mean, it's different things you have to cooperate on. I see more of, instead of leagues coming together, I see more teams leaving leagues and going to that league, and then that league just disbanding.
Mm-hmm.
That happens more times than not.
The problem is like, as a person who covers this industry, there's always a group of owners, no matter what league is in, that they are too stuck up on their egos, that other group of owners will not work for them. But sometimes ego owners will match up with other ego owners and create their own little league and think that they're far better than everybody.
Travel ball parents.
Then crap starts running downhill, and what do they do? They blame everyone else besides them. Mm-hmm. That happens. That just didn't happen last year. It happened 2 years ago. It happened 3 years ago. It happened 4 years. It's all these pop-up leagues in the off season that, well, we're going to be better than ever, and it doesn't work because it's not an overnight thing. Yeah, it's great. It's a great fantasy football idea to do the merge of every single league in the industry, but every team in the industry has different financial budgets. Mm-hmm. They have different, like, Willing's budget is different from Jacksonville. Omaha is different from Sioux City, even though they're in the same league. You can't have the meccas and the urban area teams all become in one big league, because either the country teams are doing good because it's a small community and it's cheap, and while the big teams are getting crushed because the arenas that they're playing in are too dang expensive to play in. So it all comes down to, honestly, Coach Rez may agree with me with this. When there's communication on both sides, they will find a way to agree on something to get through a season. When communication starts breaking down, especially at the commissioner level or any other level, the league starts breaking apart and falling apart, no matter what league it is. That happened multiple times last year. But Coach Rez would know, because he was in the NAL. He was in the AA. Well, you were in the original AAL before the Havoc. Was that AAL or was that the PHSHL?
Yeah, it was AAL.
Yeah, it was the first year of the AAL.
Yep.
Yes, so that was another commissioner situation too, where he just went MIA and started, hey, we can do everything. And there were some good organizations in that league. Problem is, not sustainable. That's the thing about indoor football and arena football. You have markets that are sustainable, like Omaha, Sioux City, Arizona, Jacksonville, and you have some that they have great potential, Tulsa, Nashville, Willing, and then you have some that are just holding on for their dear lives. You're like, give them a bone, Rapid City, Salina, the ones that we see every single week in the news that are struggling. The problem is you got to look at the ownership groups. And when you see the ownership groups, you understand why everything is happening. It's like, oh, that's the reason why it's happening. then you'll understand how why the leagues don't merge. Too many egos in every league.
Good question.
Did I answer it correctly? Hopefully.
Yeah.
It's just based on my experience. Like, trust me, I will love to have this super league like how they do in Europe with the pro rail.
But I don't know either overall where AIF and NAL merger stuff came up, because I hadn't seen a whole lot of it. But
No, me either.
both leagues have had their issues, of course. Seems like the NAL's always had something go on, like right before the season starts or right at the start of it. And it's like people are in place to do what they're supposed to do, but then when it comes time to do the stuff they're supposed to do, they don't do it. And then it's like that's not necessarily the league's fault or the other team's fault, but it's that. And sometimes the team's got to be held accountable.
Oh,
Everyone wants to jump to the league. But if everything was turned in the way it was supposed to be in the paperwork, because I promise you that there's paperwork turned into the NAL.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. That's what their requirements are. So
That's for any league.
yeah,
The IFL's like that too. But the IFL, you got to pass certain thresholds to even in the conversation of being an addition or an expansion team in that lower league. It's like,
well, what we did here in Wheeling was prepare everything as if we were going to be in that whatever league we wanted to be in right now.
yeah,
Do the best we can as if we were going to be in that particular league or a league that's higher than what we're in now. And it just so happens that we're operating almost the same capacity, minus player payroll and operating budgets off just a little bit. But for the most part, we're doing all those things to put us in a situation, in a position, which it's happening. The plan's working. Our what we put in place is working because we wanted fans. It took them a little bit to buy in. It's taken everyone time to kind of follow, jump on board, get involved with what we're doing. Slowly but surely it was happening. But now it's at a point that's like, we're with you. We're excited. What's next? When are we leaving this league? And so if you look back at some of the previous shows early on, I even mentioned we want the fans to be as excited as we are about where we're going. When are we moving? What's next? So, and we got it, and we're there. So, it's exciting. So we got a lot of cool things coming up. First we got to finish business. We got to take care of. We're 7-0. We'll be 8-0. Something catastrophic of earthquake comes through here and tears down the mountains in an area we can't play a game. Unfortunately we wouldn't play, but
maybe West Virginia beating North Carolina in the Super Regionals. Can that do something? That's this weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, I we just got to get through now. Playoffs. Next week's a bye week. We got a first round bye already. We had a league call not too long ago, yesterday, matter of fact, with the AAL stuff of needing to had some Texas teams having some issues out there, so we had to adjust some of the postseason stuff, which doesn't affect us in the North, but it affects the South. So the South teams will have a bye week on the 15th and play each other for their South semifinal on the 22nd. Our first round next week will begin with most likely Steel City going to Jersey, and then the winner of that game coming to play us on the 22nd. And then the winner of the two games on the 22nd will play each other in West Banco for the championship game July 6th. So the championship game will be in West Banco regardless, just because of the venue, and it's a championship game. So no one wants to play in a soccer facility for a championship game.
Yeah, the game
if you have the ability to play in an actual arena.
That game will be Waco and Peach State on the other side.
Yeah. So. Waco, what is Waco? Waco what?
Tornadoes.
Waco Tornadoes. And then Peach State.
Cats.
I hope it's Peach State, because they talk a lot of junk. Moreland does a good job with their team. They've been around for a few years. So, and But all the lower level teams always think they can just beat everybody. And then they finally go play them and they get freaking thrashed, 80 something to nothing and sent home. It's like there is a level to it. Like you gotta and I know they gotta be excited and motivated and all that stuff, but I was hoping that it restructured itself to be the top four. Waco and I even said this on the call too. Waco and Peach State just travel to us in Jersey. One of you's got to travel anyway, at least once. So at least come, get spanked, sent home, and then Jersey and us will play the championship game. Everyone would rather see the two best teams are supposed to play each other in championship game. It's the way it's supposed to be, and it's not going to happen. If Jersey ends up finding a way to beat us, and they beat us in the semifinal, they're going to beat the crap out of whoever they play, Peach State or Waco. So it doesn't matter who plays either one of those guys. It's just going to be tough. And I'm just talking trash to give them motivation. So when one of them do come, they got some locker room material, board, whatever.
Bulletin board material.
There you go. And,
That stuff doesn't work really. Just saying.
I don't even think about that stuff like that, but it's exciting. We're at the part of the season too where Columbus's game next week will be exciting to watch. They'll actually get to play a decent opponent. Corpus Christi is pretty solid. Got to get a slight edge to my guys in Columbus. Coach Daniels and them, they do a heck of a job. But Corpus Christi's they get a chance to knock someone off with Columbus. So, make a statement for themselves. I do see some movement this offseason with some teams. Some of it could seem like it's a merger, but it's not a merger. It's just one league's kind of faltering and one league's doing what the IFL should do of snatching up some teams during that time. But it's almost like the IFL is at a point where they're not really trying to add teams. They'll add like one or two, but then like here's your big old freaking dollar amount fee that if you want to be in, you're going to pay this fee and come on. So they're not really concerned with growth right now, which is okay. That's the IFL is the IFL.
Well, because the IFL over their history have had 43 teams fold, so they've been through the trials and tribulations. They're like, we know what works, we know what doesn't work. So they're slowly expanding. They got 2 coming this off season, maybe more, but 2 guaranteed. One's in Fisher.
Fisher Freight.
Yeah, the where the Indy Fire play, or was that the Fuel, the hockey team?
Fuel.
So
Are they moving to that new venue too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And of course Dakota or Bismarck, wherever the heck that team. They always say they're coming. They're like, "Oh, we're coming back," and nothing. Like, is this the off season that they make the announcement that they're coming back?
The Bucks. The Bucks.
Yeah. It's like the Columbus Wild. Was it the Wild Dogs that we're coming back? We haven't even started first. Like you got to actually play before you say you can coming back. It's like Eminem can say he's coming back because this version of him is Slim Shady. So Slim Shady's coming back.
Oh my God.
But I did find the video of Mr. Jeff here being our good Tony Romo.
Andre London, Andre Thomas Cobb, and Flowers will be the receivers. Joel Zellum in the backfield.
Look for a shot here, Chris.
There goes Flowers, taking off. Russell, 3-step drop, has all the time in the world, also has Flowers open downfield, makes the catch, touchdown Miners!
Yep, that's his Tony Romo. Taking a shot here, Chris. Like
I tell you what though, Flowers was a good pickup.
Oh my goodness. I mean,
so Jay Wilson is our director of player personnel. He's done a great job for us as well. We brought in Robbie Stewart at the last minute, which was a heck of a player. He's a dude. Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's nose guard, played at Central Michigan. Pretty excited to get him. He went in and just freaking thrashed it. And then Ben, he's I've known him for quite a bit. He actually played with the Rough Riders, didn't he?
Yeah, he played a couple games. He started with Pittsburgh and then came to the Rough Riders like partway through the season. Ben McToy.
Yeah, and then he played Jack or something.
On a line.
Oh,
Defensive
D-line.
line. Yeah. And
D-line. We need another pass rusher. If you're listening, no, but he's done a good job of. That's where we got Tyree from. Tyree Williams, Khalil Tinsley before he went on to San Antonio. Dante Mason. He's got a good network of guys. A lot of under radar guys that come from smaller schools and stuff like that, but just need an opportunity to show what they can do. Like talk about Mason for a minute. We torched them in Steel City 58-0. And I was joking around saying there ain't too many teams you beat 58-0 and then bring one of their DBs.
Yeah.
It's like, but watching this kid, it's just like his footwork, his college film was awesome. And it's like, you know what? Maybe he just needs to be around good coaching and great teammates.
change of position too,
And put good people around him.
because they had him at safety and Mott moved him to field
Dante
corner.
Mason, he's the one where his first game with us, he had 4 picks in that game. Was that 2 weeks ago?
3 weeks
It was
ago.
Mother's Day.
Yeah.
No,
Star Wars night.
Star Wars night. Yeah, white jersey.
Yep.
So that was pretty solid. But so you got him. Tyree's a stud. I think Khalil's finally getting some opportunities in San Antonio.
He is.
And then Jarve Flowers, which
3 touchdowns.
I hope the Cobras are kind of kicking themselves for letting this kid go, because he was with Carolina, and they were just holding on to him. They were going to play him, and then they'd hold on to him, and they were told they're going to play him, and then they hold on to him. And I'm like, look, dude, is he going to play or is he not going to play? Because if he's not playing, he'll come play with us right now. So, and we already got a stable of receivers.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we're hurting for receivers, but we're, just like I said at the beginning, earlier when we first started the season, we're in a position where we can give guys opportunities.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard to spread it out, but
His kick return ability is unbelievable.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a weapon.
we adjusted some things in our kick return in practice. His first practice, he came in and set it up for him to score. And now, obviously, the game's always a little bit different than
Yeah.
the way it happens in practice. But before the game, I told him, I said, you get your first kick return opportunity, you better take it to the house or you're going home.
Must have worked.
No, I was serious. I mean, I was stern with him and being, obviously, I'm going to send him home. But he didn't know that at the time. And so, first thing he said after he took it to the house, he was like, looks like I ain't going home, coach.
Now, what would have happened if he got tackled on the 1 yard line?
Oh, that would have sucked.
He'll come back to you, go, just missed it. Get out.
The type of guy that he is, he'd have been pissed at himself. He probably would have went home.
Yeah, he probably would have taken himself home. But yeah,
Did he win a team award this week?
Yeah, he had offensive player of the week, offensive player of the game.
He
Scored.
kick return,
Yep.
receiving touchdown, and a rushing touchdown.
Yep, 3 different ways. Unbelievable. Like,
Pretty solid.
yeah, can't say much more. I mean, he contributed in every facet of the game. I mean,
And I'm sure he probably wanted to play more. But, that took away from Jeremiah's time. And look, we got a good group of guys. They're not. No one's really like, oh, I want the ball. I need to get in. They're all competitors. Obviously, they all want to play every time, every down, every series. We'll start pulling back. This will be a big game for us to get some guys a little bit more reps that haven't been getting reps. Then we can kind of narrow it down to what we're going to do for the playoff game on the 22nd. Bye week would be awesome after this game, just to get everyone their recovery down and all the little nicks and stuff, because you still win 82-13. Guys are still tweaking ankles, and it's still a rough game. I mean, it is. I mean, you still got to take care of our bodies.
Jim, he's still coaching. Like, I met up with him after the game and I was talking to him, And I said, well, how was everything? He goes, well, we gave up 13 points. And he said, I really laid it on him in the locker room. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, yeah, because it was 36 to 13 at halftime, and I was pissed. Because normally, you're like, that was a good defensive stand showing. We only gave up 13 points, but that's the key. We gave it up. Like, They didn't earn it. Like, the guys were out of position, and just a busted coverage here or there, and allows them to score. And it's like, if they score, they score. We should go back and forth all the way to the end, and that's how the game is.
Yeah.
But we're not in that situation right now. So if you got a chance to shut them out, like, you shut them out and embarrass them. I don't care what the people say of, oh, you don't score that many points, your fans ain't gonna like it. We're growing our fan base.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't about the football for us. It's about the whole atmosphere from when you're outside, standing in line, grooving with the drum line outside, and just, we might have a remote out there like we did this past game. We had the Humvee, the National Guard Humvee. So, and then you go in, and then you're getting stuff handed to you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're getting stuff handed to you as you're coming in. Then you're going up and you're seeing stuff, and then you can see the mascot. It's just cool stuff. And then we got the drum line that transitions inside, and then of course we're playing football because that's what the game is. The fans don't want to see a boring game of us taking it easy on someone because they're terrible. We're playing this is who was in front of us. This is who we're supposed to play. So everything we've done to this point has prepared us to where we're going. And the people on the outside know it. The people on the outside seeing what we have going on know it. People on social media, the social media heroes, they know it. And, I'm just saying, it's frustrating. And then some people chime in like, oh, they shouldn't be in that league. And it's like, you know what? I can't really say what I really want to say, but you're right. Just be patient. We're going in the right direction. We're winning on the business side, and we're focusing on getting everything established. So when we go where we're going, there's no problems. No one has to worry about anything, and we're trying to make it the best we can make it.
No, I've said this last week and a couple weeks ago. We should have a Coach Resinalo uncensored podcast, and you just going off on everybody.
I told you, I'll set it up. We'll get it going, man.
I was just like these are not the views expressed by the Willie Miners, and just goes after everybody. Like, who was it Cat Williams who went after everyone? That type of.
Yep.
You get like Coach Rez have his choice of beverage and let him go. Just start calling people out like.
That probably wouldn't be a good show.
I think it would do ratings. I think
it probably wouldn't do me no good.
Ratings would be popping, man. I'm just saying.
We don't check in the Facebook stuff. Hey, no one have any questions or anything?
Just saying Flowers is a player. Krish asks, are both your coordinators rookies?
He's asking me?
Yes.
No.
17-year vet. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm the offensive coordinator, so I wouldn't consider myself a rookie. I'm a rookie to the developmental league, I guess.
Coach, where are you running? We're running gauge 8. We can't do that indoor. Well, screw it. We're still doing it.
So a lot of people don't know about Mont because Mont's a very humble guy. So I think this is his first year playing or coaching as a defensive coordinator in the indoor game. But he played in the IFL. He was a DB in the IFL. Played quite a few years in the IFL. Played overseas in Europe. Did so well in Europe. Ended up like most American football players do. They ended up taking over as the head coach for one of the teams. Won a championship coaching there.
What league over there? Germany?
I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not
Poland,
either.
I think Poland.
Something, yeah.
I think it was in Poland. Because
Austria, Poland, Germany are the 3 top leagues over there.
Because he met. So when we do the FAF stuff with, that family, the St. Lawrences, were huge, like overseas doing stuff, and that's how they kind of met overseas. And then I got linked into them coaching the FAF stuff. But anyway, Rookies to me is someone that hasn't really done anything in the indoor arena game. So their defensive coordinator is a youth football coach. So since we're going to talk junk, we can talk about that. We kind of got into it back and forth at the game. You know, I was on one of my nobody's safe. You know, talking to Cobras players, referees, Colorado players, Coach Shaw. You know, Coach Shaw and I, talking with each other a few times. That was pretty cool. Much respect for him. You know, he's a fiery dude, and I love it. And coaching against guys like that it's just awesome. It makes it fun. But the defensive coordinator that just took it, Mike Green was the defensive coordinator, and then he left because I think he was going to play somewhere. Then he came back as a player or something like that. So then they made one of their coach, which is really good friends with Coach McGrone, through their youth football stuff, and ended up taking over as interim DC, and then took over as DC. These guys really don't know the game like that in and out of the indoor arena game. And then perfect example with Ray Isaacs, a hell of a quarterback coach. Hell of a quarterback dude. He trains a lot of guys in the Raleigh area, probably in the Triad Greensboro area too, that whole region. He's known for being a quarterback coach. So he's a great offensive mind. I'm not saying that he's not. I coach outside football too, but if that's all I had, that's not going to translate into the indoor arena game. And yes, he played in the AFL back in 1993. This isn't arena rules that they're playing in the NAL. It's indoor rules. Unless I'm wrong. Unless I'm the elephant in the room.
No, there's two receivers in motion.
Well, it's not even that, though, but it's indoor. It's a more run game oriented.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's defensive rules that are different with the linebackers.
One linebacker, not two.
Indoor rules, and I know that stuff. So obviously, I've been around a little bit, right? But that doesn't translate that he's going to be able to call plays offensively indoor style. Coach McGrone has a little bit of arena experience. He struggled calling plays indoor style because it's not the same. How long has Jason Gibson been coaching indoor arena football?
17 years.
And he's struggling calling indoor rules because it's not the same. You have to change. You have to adjust. And so in my eyes, he's a rookie coordinator. And it's funny to me because I can't wait to, hopefully they're all still intact when it's time. We'll just leave it at that. But, I have respect for Coach McGrone and those guys and what they're doing, but you don't make stupid changes like that right before you're trying to win the game that's supposed to put you in a championship game. That's why I was giving them crap online. And yes, they are rookies. So I don't care if one's 54 or one's 56. You could be 90. If you haven't coached this game like that, then you're a rookie coordinator. So yes, actually Coach Mott is a rookie coordinator, but I would go to war with him versus any of those dudes any day of the week.
Because he actually played
the
indoor game.
And he's not here, so
yeah,
I'm not just saying that to say it. So
are you sure though?
Oh no, he like you said, he's not a rookie. The way he constructed practice on Tuesday, that's not a rookie. The way he took care of things and was able to move people around and run things, that's not a rookie coordinator. He knows what he's doing. You just listen to the terminology. He knows exactly how to speak to everybody. He knows how to get the best out of his players. And one of the funniest things is people were asking me up in the booth, they're like, why are the players dropping down and doing push-ups right now? I said, because that's a Coach Mont thing. Anybody on the defense drops an interception, everybody drops down and does push-ups.
Look, I hope it works out for him. Yes, I am a small percentage owner in the Cobras, not by choice, but I am. I mean, that's just the way I am. I earned it. I mean, I guess, I damn sure didn't pay for the damn thing, but technically I did with my time. That was my freaking.
Well, the fans like you there still, so.
Oh, they yeah. I mean,
was your going away present?
Yeah, pretty much. Probably. But,
surprise!
Well, it actually happened before the season started. So we went on a tear 5-0, so it obviously didn't affect too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, some of the fans came up from the Cobras from Greensboro area to come check the game out last week, which I thought was amazing. They did a lot of stuff, or they still do a lot of stuff for the Cobras. I mean, they're still season ticket holders for the Cobras. I promise you, they wouldn't have came up here if the Cobras were playing out that day. They just wouldn't have, because they're tailgating. They got the routine. That's what they do, and that's what the diehard fans do. And we're slowly building that here.
Mhm.
And what was cool for them to come and see what we're doing, we didn't look like a team that this was our first year. Everything's going on and like it should be. Like it's something that teams that have been around for a while can't get.
True.
So, I hope it works out for them in Omaha. It's not going to be easy, but it does. I would want someone with experience, leading the guys of what's going on. I'm not a good mathematician, so I don't really know how far 1993 was from now, but 30 years maybe. I don't know, 29,
31.
31, close, right?
Yeah, 31, almost 32.
So that, I guess that qualifies you to, whatever. I used to wash cars at Toyota when I was in high school. That don't mean that I'm an expert car washer.
Or how the young crowd says, "Oh, you start playing football in the early 1900s."
Yeah.
Because of the 2019 or the early 2000s.
And I'm sure some people will get mad, and I piss some people off. What I just said. But look, you either hate me or you love me. I'm not fake. I'm straight up. I'm honest to our players. They get rude awakenings sometimes. They did last game in halftime. Everyone here is expecting a phone call, but we're all here together on a developmental football team, fellas. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, dang, and we only gave up 13 points. I can't get too crazy, but it's just a point. It's like these guys are trying to move up. They're trying to move on and get film. And you can't. The players we're playing, we should be beating them 80-something to nothing. Yeah, so it's we're playing who we're supposed to play. So my point to them at that time was, if you expect to play at the next level or get phone calls, like you should be embarrassing these dudes you're playing. Like you shouldn't have any trouble whatsoever. There shouldn't be any mistakes, no plays off, no nothing. You have one bad play against a team like this, that's it. Because now you just made yourself look bad playing against bad players. How are you going to play when you're playing good players? I don't know. You look like crap playing the bad players. So
True.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm fired up now. So
You can tell.
Luckily, Coach Steeple and myself are good. We're friends. So we'll just have a good time this week. But
Talk about coaches that played in the AFL.
Huh?
I said, talk about coaches that played in the AFL.
yeah, and he's old school.
Yeah.
How it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking animal.
Mhm.
He was a good player too, Matthew Steeple.
Mm-hmm.
I think he does I think he's a contractor now. Like owns his own contracting business or something like that. He was doing in the middle of doing concrete yesterday, I recall. But he's a hustler, man. And he's stuff like that for the league that this league is, like for what they're doing. That's perfect. I don't think Baltimore is ever going to have a team again playing in Baltimore. So to have an opportunity to play where they're playing at, to keep guys out of trouble and stuff like that, I mean, that's what it's for. I mean, some of those guys, Julian Robinson, who helps out with the Cobras, is the owner of the Warriors. Jarve Flowers came from there. So you're going to get good players playing for them. But once you identify that you have a really good player, like he ain't probably going to be there that long in one of those places. And so I hope they all get mad at me for saying all the stuff that I said, because we coming, right? That's what Dion says.
Yep. Coach Prime said, we coming.
It happens in modern day college football.
Mm-hmm.
They see a kid that's playing NIA or D1 or D2. They're going to go after him in the transfer portal to get him to their university because that coach thinks he has something special. Jared Verse from University of Albany went to Florida State, is 16th round draft pick or number 16th pick. There's a lot of other players that are like that. And we see that in all sports, NBA, soccer. Well, soccer, they train their own and they go through the system. That's different. But you could say it's almost like our version of free agency almost, or our version of a developmental league. There's a league that develops them to move up to another league. Then they move up to another league and probably go to the everyone's goal is to make the NFL. Will they make there? Not really. But, Jeff, we do have a guest that's going to be joining us today. And who is this individual?
We have Charles Westbrook, who is actually a West Liberty alum, so he's been local. He lives local, too, so which is awesome. And running back, a couple weeks ago, Star Wars game, I do believe, had a breakout game, had a touchdown, a long, lengthy touchdown as well. But get him up here. He's one of the characters on the team, so he's real good speaker. So we'll have some time for him.
And we have an indoor running back on the roster already too, by the way.
Oh yeah.
He played for Green Bay. I'm sure he'll tell you about all this stuff. But
Yeah. And the Force, Wichita.
we know how to recruit, so
Yeah.
we're ready.
God, you're savage today. We'll be back after this.
Join the Wheeling Miners on Saturday, June 8th, as they take on the Maryland Eagles. Celebrate all coal miners for Coal Miner Appreciation Night, presented by the Tunnel Ridge Mine. All coal miners and coal mine employees receive 50% off any ticket by stopping at the West Banco Arena box office. To get your tickets online, head over to GoWVMiners.com.
Here's the health plan replay here, Jeff. It was just all Charles Westbrook. Everything just opened up here. Here's the big blocks by Dixon, taking out two guys right there. And then on the outside, Pete Savridis getting...
And to the show is, you can say he's kind of a veteran of sorts.
Mhm.
Probably one of the old, I'm not going to say older because RC will get offended. He'll be like, that's my title.
Oh yeah, definitely veteran though.
So you went to West Liberty University, local in Wheeling, but small college. Man, it was like I interviewed a player here in Jacksonville like a couple of days ago, Brandon Munoz, who went to Wheeling University, and he's talking about all the little universities in that area, how there's a hated rivalry between everybody. You went to West Liberty. Was there a rivalry with Wheeling when you were there, or was Wheeling just starting to become a football program at that time?
So I was at West Liberty at 2018. So at that time, we didn't have a rivalry with Wheeling yet. They were Wheeling Jesuit. And they weren't the Wheeling we know of today. So we didn't even play them. I think they were a travel football program. They weren't like an actual football program yet.
Right. So Jeff and Coach Rez have told me that you were a character on the team.
That's funny.
Why did they describe you as a character? Come on.
Hey, this is so like the echo is killing me. But I don't know. I just feel like I'm just myself out there in the field. I feel like I just say what I feel when I'm out there. Football is my happy place. So when I'm out there on the football field, I kind of just do what I want, say what I want. It's my place to be myself. Within the lines of regular society, you can't always be yourself because of rules and, you could go to jail on that football field. You can hit somebody without, going to jail. So I like that part.
Well, you can hit somebody in the real life. You just don't get caught.
Exactly. Consequences. Yeah.
So the best times is when we're in practice and he gets a pitch or he gets a run or anything, and he's running past the defense. He's like, nope, you don't have me. Nope, you wouldn't touch me. Nope, you wouldn't have got me. Like, nope, that's a touchdown. Like, it is the funniest thing.
Man, you do that in the IFL, they're going to throw a flag on you for taunting.
So you guys and I both know that, I don't touch the ball a lot in this game. So when I do touch the ball, I try to make it as most entertaining as I possibly can, whether it's in the game or in practice.
Yeah, because in the arena style, you're what do you say? About 80% of the time you're blocking. You're Russell's fourth blocker, kind of.
Yes.
So talk about that. So you played with Wichita, who was in the CIF, who played indoor rules. How different is that playing indoor rules as a running back and coming to the arena game and playing as a running back?
So my time at Wichita, I feel like I touched the ball a lot more. The run game was much more included. I would touch the ball maybe 9 or 11 times a game, whereas here I touch the ball maybe 3 to 7 times a game. There's more of a running threat in those IFL type rules, whereas here it's kind of, you guys see, I see. I'm a glorified blocker out there, which isn't bad though. It's cool. You know?
Hey, don't offend the offensive lineman now.
Shout out the guys. You know, shout
Yeah.
out the guys.
They'll be like, is he talking crap? I ain't blocking for him.
I'm one of them now.
Yeah.
I'm basically that left tackle.
Left.
You're going to be like Adam Sandler in The Longest Yard. The offensive line hike, and they all just go sideways, and he just gets crushed. He goes, okay, yeah, I get your point.
We got some moments like that. Joel.
But you're journeying with the Wichita Forest and Green Bay Blizzard, am I correct?
Yeah, so that's what originally I was with.
Blizzard?
During that COVID year, but unfortunately COVID happened, and so the season was canceled.
Played, what, 2 games that year?
So
You played
Green Bay-
Bismarck. I
Green
know
Bay,
that.
we didn't play any games, but Bismarck had a game.
That's
Bismarck
right.
had a game, and then I think someone else had a game, and that was it for that season.
That was sad. Like, I was so excited for, indoor football and arena football just came back. Yeah. And Colbert does his little thing, and everything gets shut down. And
I
sports
was
were
super excited because that was my first pro opportunity, you know. So I was ready to go, locked in, and then COVID happened.
What were you doing before your time here at Willing?
So before my time at Wheeling, I've been playing in the German Football League for the past 3 seasons.
GFL?
GFL, yep.
Okay. A lot of people may get the differences. The ELF and the GFL are 2 separate leagues. The GLF was, in my opinion, the superior league in Germany before the ELF started, pickpocketing the certain teams out of the GLF.
You're absolutely right.
Who you play for in the GLF?
So my first year, I was with the Abershausen Crusaders in Susen, Abershausen, Germany. And then my second year, I was with the Landsberg Express, closer to Munich in Landsberg. And then my third year, I was with the Franken Knights, closer to Nuremberg.
How was your time in Germany?
It was amazing. It was definitely an amazing time out there. Just to be an American and to experience a different culture while playing football, it was awesome. It was almost like a vacation is number 1, football is number 2.
How's the culture?
Oh man, completely different. Germans stare a lot. Like they'll stare at you. The food's different. Everyone's very like upfront and blunt. And then also me, you don't get to see a lot of me mixed. So everyone's kind of looking at me like, what is that? Who's that? So it was cool. The food was really good. The beer, I don't really like beer, but the beer tastes a little better than like a Coors Light or something for sure.
Don't say that over there. That's like crimes in Germany. It's like your beer is not so good. That's it. You go to jail.
Exactly.
Because of the beer. I have a friend who is German, and I make funs like, so Brockwurst and beer. What happens if we offended that? It was like, that's just not right. That's like saying to us here in the South, sweet tea sucks.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like,
It's a very prideful country.
Yeah.
Prideful
Yeah, it is.
country when it comes to their beer and their bratwurst.
So you were in the GLF at that time. If I remember, there were 12 teams in the GLF, 11 or 12.
So I couldn't even tell you.
You were just there to play ball. Were you
I
a
was
coach
there.
too for like the
For
lower?
U team?
Yeah,
Yes,
U team.
Yes.
How was
So-
that?
So coaching the U team is actually really fun. It's really fun.
Mhm.
It's different because we Americans get introduced to football at the age of 5, 6, and 7, whereas they're getting introduced at the age much older, like 16 or 15. So the things that you think are simple for them to do isn't very simple. Like making a tackle for a 16-year-old in America, okay, he can go do that. But making a tackle for them, that's their first time doing it. So there's some challenges with it.
Mhm.
So you have to like kind of revert all the way back to like your stage 1 of when you first started playing football and coach them at that level. Even though they're a little older, you have to coach them as if they were 7 or 8. Kind of the same way how, like us in soccer, we're not as good in soccer, whereas they are way more advanced.
Good point.
Yeah.
You don't want to see me play soccer. FIFA, different. Me playing physical soccer? No way.
Nice.
You and GLF, I know a lot of people don't know how European landscape is with football. American football in Germany is big. Like, that's like their second, like in the United States is NFL, maybe basketball, NBA is number 2. In Germany, it's their football, then our football, second. And it's growing. One thing I noticed is if you watched last year, the NFL went there and did 2 games in Munich, and they packed 50,000 plus sold out tickets. So they know they're not like the fans that go there don't know the game. They know the game. They know the rules.
And they're all singing Country Roads. Take Me Home. One thing about Germany, they love that song. They love that song.
That's awesome.
Well, go figure. You're in West Virginia, and that's like the state anthem in West Virginia. And that's like how don't offend the South with Sweet Tea, don't offend the Country Roads song, or people in West Virginia go after you.
Played after every win. Every win. It is played.
So 7-0 this season. Got one more game, then bye week before the playoffs. How has this season been for you under Coach Rez, and what do you expect for the remainder of the season?
I think Coach Rez has made it clear about the standard, clear about where we need to be and where we're going. So it's been an amazing journey so far. Even though we've been blowing teams out, Coach Rez is every day very adamant about this is what we should do, this is what we need to be doing, and for us to not get complacent and continue to be great every week, day in and day out. And we have a solid group of guys. I feel like this is the most tight-knit group of guys as far as team I've been a part of. We all do a great job keeping each other accountable, do a great job of making sure we're on point and doing what we're supposed to do. So iron sharpens iron, and we got a lot of good leaders that do that.
So what about Coach Rez's halftime speeches when you're beating a team by 40-plus points?
The crazy thing is, he chooses out a little bit, you know. Just because we're up by 40, the job's not done. You know, we need to be up by 80. We're here to prove a point, you know.
No, Coach Rez, you might score 100 points on somebody. He's like, no, we gave up a field goal in the second quarter. I'm like, well, you won by 75 points.
and it's stuff like that makes us so great, though. You know, not being complacent, not getting to a point where it's like, I can put my brake on. No, we attack every second we get.
I asked a couple of players this throughout all my shows. Who's the player that you look up to, or are you trying to mimic your game towards?
Like on the team that we have today?
No. Someone
just like a role model, somebody
role
that
model.
So I'm from Southern California, San Diego.
Reggie Bush.
So I got a couple. There's Reggie Bush. There's Robbie Rouse. There's P.T. Gates. You guys probably don't know them. There's a guy named Dylan Baxter. So Ricky Williams is another one. Rashad Salam. Marcus Allen. All guys from San Diego. So
yeah, you're going throwback there, bro.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Dang.
Yeah, that's
the youngins are like. The youngins are like, those guys haven't been on Madden since Madden 21 or Madden 17. Like, how about LT?
LT too. He's another one. Back then, when I was a San Diego Chargers fan, when they were in town, LT was my guy.
Well, you're not a Charger fan anymore? What's going on with that?
No, they left the city, so felt kind of betrayed. You left the city, so I had to go be a Raider fan.
That is kind of a mix. So you're from San Diego, right?
Yes.
Chargers. Was it Aztecs? San Diego State University?
Yep.
Was there any aspirations to play there or try to play there, to play in your hometown in college?
Out of high school, they came and talked to me. Unfortunately, I didn't have the GPA to go to that school. I was kind of a knucklehead back in the day.
We all are.
So that was an opportunity for me at one point. When you do things in life, sometimes it'll take you another place.
Mm-hmm. But why West Liberty University? That's San Diego, Northern West Virginia. Like, that's a polar opposites.
So originally, I had committed to Western Illinois University, D1AA, in the Missouri Valley Conference, and I got a little off the field issues while I was there, and it was different from today's world where you could just travel from D1 to another D1. By that time, I had no more Division I eligibility, so I had to play at a Division II school. And a couple of my teammates from JUCO had played at West Liberty, and I figured why not go play with my boys? Why not go play with the guys that I started this journey with? So there's about 4 of us from San Diego at West Liberty. So that was an easy decision for me to go play with my guys. And I saw the campus. There's a cute little campus. I saw the stadium. I figured I could see myself graduating from here and playing here.
Well, now you have 2 homes. You have Northern West Virginia and you have Southern California. If you decide to retire anytime, what would you prefer to stay in? Northern West Virginia or Southern California?
Well, that's easy. Retiring San Diego by the beach? Come on, you can't beat that. But I would come here this summer. I got to come here this summer.
I think hunting's pretty good up there in your area, isn't it, Jeff?
Oh yeah, yep. Hunting, fishing, everything, all good up here. All kind of wildlife.
And then I can hang out with Jeff in
Yep.
the summer, go
Yep.
hunting,
Yep.
fishing a little bit, catch some bass, a couple bluegills.
Any rapids around there, Jeff? Not really.
Not towards us, but down towards the lower part of West Virginia. Yeah, middle
Towards
part of West
Charleston?
Virginia. Yeah, down past there. So
Well, West Virginia, I hear it's a nice state. I do know they are very rabid for their football there, and they think very highly. They really like University of Pittsburgh. Just
You
kidding.
know.
Just kidding.
You know. you know.
Just kidding. I know.
I love that song they sing. You know the song I'm talking about.
The
Yeah.
Sweet Caroline, that
Sweet
one.
Caroline,
Yeah, that
yeah.
one. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Something Pitt.
Yeah.
No matter where I'm at in the world, when that comes on, I'm saying it.
Well, that song's played almost every sporting venue, but I think Penn State and West Virginia really adapt a new version of that song that makes it famous in that area. Because Penn State and West Virginia really despise the Panthers, so it's a good thing about college sports. You will hate it a university based on a theme on a freaking song, but there's more to that. The backyard brawl is a very serious rivalry in those parts of for the college football landscape. And I know you went to West Liberty, but who's your team that you look in college football?
SC.
SC? USC?
Yep, USC.
What's your opinion about them going to Big Ten now?
I'm really excited for if Caleb Williams would have decided to stay at USC, I'd be a lot more confident. I'd have been like, oh yeah, we're gonna steamroll everybody. But I'm a little unsure, about how they'll do this year. I know they'll compete, but I don't think they're gonna be able to wipe everybody out. I think because of this move, they're gonna get a lot more recruits. Because a lot of Southern California guys are going to Ohio State.
They're getting recruited by the same teams, yeah.
Exactly. So now they're in a situation where they can play in that conference and be local. Why not be local? So I think we're going to get a lot more guys because of it and be able to compete at a much more high level.
Well, tell your boys in SC to start warming up an extra spot for Florida State University. We'll be joining you guys in 2 years, hopefully in 2026 in the Big Ten. So we have coast to coast. Just imagine those matchups: FSU, Ohio State, USC, Ohio State, USC, Oregon, Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan. College football is going to be unique, especially this year with the new college football playoff. It's going to be a unique ordeal.
Yes, I can't wait for the game to come out.
Yeah.
Who are you going to play with besides get rid of you SC? Who do you have besides SC?
Oh, I gotta play with some Liberty Flames. I gotta start a dynasty with Liberty Flames. Take it to the daddy.
So you're
put him in the SEC conference. I gotta get it done.
So you're the type of person that will get Army and go, I'm going to make them a national title contender. Like they will never recruit the players like what Alabama does at Army, but you'll be the person like, yep, I'm getting Army to boom. But
that's what I'm saying. And then I'm like that playbook, the Army Navy playbook. Oh yeah, we're running the triple wing T. No matter where I'm at, I could be at Alabama. It's triple wing T.
Yeah, and triple option and always give it to the fullback. The trap play. For some odd reason, college football teams don't know who the fullback is anymore and go, "Who's that strange white guy?" Well, that's like just our version of Mike Allstott. He just got 6 yards, first down. Like that's one thing I look at Army and Navy. I look at Army and Navy all the time. Like they run the same play all the time, and you can't stop it. Well, until they play, Notre Dame or someone superior, they get mollywhopped. They don't have the talent to go head to head. When that game comes out pretty soon, right? Is it like in July? A game's supposed to come out?
End of June, beginning of July. Yeah.
Wow. When was the last one? 14 was the last one. It's like 10 years, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I know, man. Huh. Can't wait. Be exciting.
These youngins don't understand the beauty that was NCAA football back in the day. Yeah. But regular season's coming down to the end. We have a championship game coming in a couple of weeks, but we have actually I know there's a lot of players out there and won't say this, but how you like those jerseys last week?
They were nice. They were real nice. Real nice. I think out of all of our uniforms, those jerseys got the most compliments. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, there were a couple players down here in Jacksonville that say, "You see Willing's jerseys?" Like, yeah, they're like, "Oh, those are fire." I'm like, so it's spreading around. So Coach Rez knows how to get uniform companies to produce some legit jerseys. So
and I'm excited about this week.
As I say, wait for this week's.
This week jersey is gonna be amazing.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Cole Appreciation uniforms. Yeah.
Someone dropping nuggets.
Just telling you, they are.
Cold nuggets.
Yeah.
So who? I usually ask this to the players. Do you have a business side hustle that you want to promote? This is your time to do so. Shout outs to anybody you want to give shout outs to, because we're going to have to get Coach Rez back on the show and wrap up today's episode.
All right, shout out my daughter, Charlie Westbrook. Yeah, shout her out. She has a rehearsal this Sunday at the Grand Theater if anyone wants to show up. Yep, she's 3 years old. Go check her out. But my business right now is Westbrook Training. So I just train all athletes within the Valley. I'm at a GSP. That's the batting cages in St. Clairsville. So WestbrookTraining.com. That's my website. You guys can reach me. My phone number is 619-362-5225. 619-362-5225. Yeah, I train from elementary school to high school to even college.
You're working at the Y too, right?
And I'm at the YMCA.
Yep.
All right. So are you going? You want people to go to the rehearsal to be there for promotional support?
Yes.
Pack the rehearsal. We can do that.
There we go.
We can start like making signs. Pack the rehearsal.
It's actually funny. I went to so my daughter goes to MC Dance over there by the market, and me and a couple guys picked her up from dance, and like you can see everyone just looking at us like, Miner's doing it here, to pick up my daughter. So it's pretty cool.
Hey, word gets around when they see certain jerseys. They're like, "Oh, we have a football team," and then that brings in new fans, and then they tell people, and that's how you get more people in the building. So we're Westbrook. I just want to say your journey started in Southern California, and now you're in North West Virginia. You're in Willing. You're about 3 games away. What's the final goal for you as a player and as a team?
I think as a player, it comes down to just being full, being able to look yourself in the mirror and being okay with what you've done, okay with the body of work you put up. And we've been playing this game since 5 years old, some of us. So it's just being able to look at yourself and be like, oh, I put my best in there, and not be able to look at a football field and not have regret, be able to look at that field and be like, yeah, I did everything I can. And as a team, it's simple. Just win with my guys. Win with the people that we started this journey with. We've been together since camp. We've become so close knit. We developed to just strangers. Now we're brothers. So I just want us to share that opportunity together and get this championship title and then go on to the next level and go be with the guys where we're supposed to be with.
Those are goals that are easily achievable, because I know there's people out there go, oh, you can't set a goal too high because you may set up yourself a failure. If you don't have a goal, why you're not doing it? Just said, keep aiming for the ceiling One thing I love as a person that covers the sport, I really enjoy watching guys in the indoor play in the XFL or the UFL or even the NFL one day. It has happened. There are a couple of NFL players who have played in the indoor game who are thriving in the National Football League. So there's always an opportunity. Coming up after this, ladies and gentlemen, it's Coach Rez wrapping up this week's episode and previewing this week's game, final home game of the regular season. Westbrook, appreciate it. And hopefully when I get the chance to see you or talk to you again, we're hosting the championship.
We'll get a couple shots after.
We'll be back after this.
Join the Wheeling Miners on Saturday, June 8th, as they take on the Maryland Eagles. Celebrate all coal miners for Coal Miner Appreciation Night, presented by the Tunnel Ridge Mine. All coal miners and coal mine employees receive 50% off any ticket by stopping at the West Banco Arena box office. To get your tickets online, head over to GoWVMiners.com.
We're back without Coach Rez.
he's on his way up. He's finished his drink. He's coming over. So
Commercial. We won't do that again.
Oh man. But yeah, so definitely everybody that's listening, definitely come out to the game this weekend. Witness history. I mean, like we've mentioned multiple times, undefeated seasons don't happen a lot. So I mean, get an opportunity to see one happen. So definitely going to be great. Hoping for a good crowd, hoping for, a good game at that too. So, and to throw this on top of that, so Maryland, Jersey, and Steel City are all sitting at 3-3, fighting for playoff position. So Eagles are definitely going to try to bring it this week to try to find themselves in the playoffs.
Intriguing. Will it happen? I don't know. We have a coach on our team that gets mad up for the points at halftime.
I mean, it sounds good. It sounds good.
Coach, wrapping up the show today. We got a big event coming up June 8th in West Banco, Coal Miner Appreciation Night. What are the deals? What is this event for? And how can more fans come to the arena this weekend?
Yep, so Coal Miner Appreciation Night, we have our ongoing Coal Miner promo, 50% off all tickets, also 50% off for family members of theirs that are 13 years and younger. So be a cool thing. That promo will actually be in place for as long as we have a team here. So,
Forever.
What else you got going on this game?
Huh.
I know we got some stuff going on with our Ohio Valley Food Fanatics, which is pretty cool. It's a big food network. It's a social media page. It has like 26,000 followers. It's pretty awesome.
How was the chili cook-off, by the way?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
glad that you asked that.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get this to you real quick here.
Championship chili cook-off at that.
Let me see if I can get this on here for you. I just sent you some photos.
Yucky. Aha. On the fly, folks. That's what we do here. We're on the fly. We're not professionals. So it's like there's a lot of dead airtime in here. We don't care.
That's how we make adjustments.
Right.
Mid-season adjustments with 1 week left in the season.
There it is.
That's one of them. And first place. Yeah. No precipitation trophies for us. We just win. We just win the big one. There we go.
There it is.
Yep. And that is compliments of our Tito's Sloppy Dog Chicken Chili, one of our food partners we partnered with for the chili cook-off. And I was serving the chili all day long, so that was pretty awesome. That was pretty cool.
Weren't watching film? What?
I wasn't watching film. I can't really say what I was doing, but I was very, very ready to roll when it was time for our walkthrough and our team game meal and then our pregame speech. But it was fun. It was a good time out in the community, and so we partnered with them to do it. So they made their chili, and we ended up winning first place in the restaurant division. So that was pretty cool. We were out at the after party at River City, right down where we have our after party at. And Grant's wife, Megan, was like, "Hey, someone was saying that you guys won something at the chili cook-off." I said, "Get out of here." There ain't no stinking way. So, but the chili was good. I mean, I'll give you that. And I'm not just saying that because they're one of our partners, but it was actually pretty good. I mean, I think the trophy speaks for itself. I mean, it was a blind tasting chili cook-off, so that was pretty cool. I was pretty excited about that. It made the whole thing worth it for that long day serving chili.
I don't know. It sounds like the system was rigged there, Coach.
It wasn't. But hey, what can I say? And then
Winning on and off the field. I mean,
with it being coal miner appreciation, she was going to. I was going to have some of the information, but let me find it.
Remember, on the fly, folks. We're not professionals. I can just hear the comments. This is like the worst episode ever. So many dead areas. A bunch of guys looking at their phones.
It's okay.
We love
make
trolls.
yeah, we make adjustments. It's fine.
We love trolls.
Still the number one show on the network.
It was the. What is the
Why you
name
have to remind me? Because I do it in 2 other shows on the network.
What was the name of that festival? The miner festival, the coal festival.
Oh, I don't know.
She didn't send me the information. Someone was supposed to send me the information.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I'll find it now because they're watching. I got to make sure that I say this properly since they're watching. I don't want to mess it up. Since you're making fun of me with music, thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie, for not sending me the names. Make me look silly out here.
Oh, fine. I'll play something else.
Love the elevator music this week.
There it is, West Virginia Coal Festival.
West Virginia Coal Festival.
Yep.
So, what's the festival for coal?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but the cool thing about it is we invited they crown their, it's like a pageant, they have a pageant, and they have like a Miss Virginia Coal, West Virginia Coal Festival Queen.
Cool.
Don't know exactly how they call it, what the name is, but they are coming to. There's like 4, 5, 6 of them. There's a group of them coming to the game. They'll be available between 6 and 7 to be able to take some pictures and autographs with fans, and they're going to do the coin toss for us. They're going to stay all the way through to the end with the player and dancer getting signed and autographs and stuff. And they're going to be down there with them. So it's just pretty cool stuff. Like our coal mine appreciation turned into the whole different setup.
Yeah.
What we got going on, and it just. But it's taken off. That's what I would hope would have done with doing the coal miner stuff, and it's doing that. We have more ticket sales. We have our ticket sales right now are as much as it's been for all of our other games for our last game. So right now we're on pace to finally hit 3,000 mark and possibly get over 3,000. It depends on how many of the walk-ups, because our coal miner special is only in person at the box office.
A lot of walk-ups last week. A lot of walk-ups.
Yeah, so it's been good. I mean, it's a good problem to have.
Mhm.
And winning helps.
And winning helps. The people know who we're playing, and it's just fun. They enjoy it. It's really family oriented. We get the kids involved. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. I know we keep saying that and whatnot, but we truly do. We're not just saying that. The kids are having a blast. What was really cool is when we're doing these schools and stuff during the bye week and last week, how many kids were actually wearing Miners shirts at school, like at the things. That makes it even more. That's what it takes. When you're doing those autographs after the game, they're getting their shirt signed, and then they go to school, and that's the advertising piece. It's marketing. So you take that stuff to school. Johnny goes home and says, "Hey, I want to go get a T-shirt." So,
I was told in communication school, negative or positive reviews, your
As long as
name's
they're
out
talking.
there. And usually negative, bad negative news actually helps your overall image, which is kind of odd, but that's how it is.
but I already got some crap people saying stuff about what we're talking about. That's funny. So if you like to see a back and forth show, tune in on social media.
A lot of keyboard warriors that talk a lot of smack, but when you meet them head to head, they really do crumble. That's our sport.
Yeah.
in a nutshell.
So a cool thing that we're going to try to do, and hopefully it happens, this would be awesome, is
Tony Romo's coming in the game?
Well, that would be too. But the fact I would like to be able to have a conversation with Coach on the field as we're doing a broadcast, I think that'd be sweet. Like calling a play and like talking while they're going. So I think that would be a cool thing to do.
That would be cool, but do you really want to hear what Coach says? Because you might have to have the bleep button on like constant repeat.
Next home game, go wvminers.com, get tickets. You can go to the West Banco Arena box office in person. Come on out. We're building momentum right in before the postseason, and wait to see who we play in the second round in the semifinals, since we earned a first round bye.
And that is at 7 p.m. this Saturday. Make sure to get there early so you're not getting crushed with traffic, because there is construction downtown from what I hear. So always get early, get the early parking spots, and go enjoy your time. Especially going to get in the arena early too, so you get a chance to relax, eat your stuff, eat your food, whatever, drink, and bring in the atmosphere. Because it's a family event and it's an overall event. A lot of work goes behind the scenes to pull off a quarter worth of activity, not in a whole especially entire game. It's a lot of work. Any final words there, Coach?
Good.
Jeff?
Come on out.
Yeah, I think we just said it all there before you even asked us. We were kind of wrapping up as we were going.
All right. Well, I'm Jim. That's Jeff. That's Coach Rez. Has been episode 15? Yeah, 15. Number one show on the network.
It don't seem like it's been 15 weeks, does it?
No, it hasn't, but it has been. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's been.
All your shows are probably running together, though. You're just like, bleh.
Oh, yeah. I got 2 tomorrow, so yeah. But with that, if you want to tune in my show tomorrow, that's Inside the Walls podcast. That's the number 4 show on the network.
Miners fans, you can go give them a listen.
Yeah, absolutely. Go hang out. I've tuned into a couple Sharks podcasts. But I hang out, I ask questions. Just trying to support.
And Inside the Walls, Matt does a good job. He's a Omaha homer, but we have fun. We try to make this game more like not serious, but actually have fun with it, with player interviews and coaches interviews. We're trying to nail a big interview for tomorrow. Don't know about it yet, but we'll make an announcement sometime early afternoon before our show is live. 9 p.m. tomorrow night, Inside the Walls podcast. Yeah, it's late because most of the teams that are in the league I cover are in the Central Time Zone, so it's 8 o'clock their time. So yeah, tune in on Inside the Walls Network. And of course, this show is the #1 coaches show on the network by, last time I checked, by like 9,000 views to the second show. Stop the count. Stop the count. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next week for the final regular season show and possibly previewing a potential semifinal game as your William Myers are currently the #1 seed in the Northern Division. That's Coach Rez. That's Jeff. I am Jim. It's episode 15. We'll see you guys next week.